Within the mystical walls of Nevermore, we see how distinct factions of outcasts, from the mind-reading psychics to the invisible Faceless, struggle not only to master their unique supernatural abilities, but also to find acceptance and connection in a world that often misunderstands them. Psychics. Psychics at Nevermore are individuals who possess telepathic or psychic abilities. These students can read minds, foresee the future, or even manipulate objects with their minds. Their powers set them apart from others, making them both mysterious and valuable to the school. The psychic abilities they possess are often unpredictable, and some students struggle to control them. This struggle can cause confusion, especially when their powers reveal things they may not want to know, or when they inadvertently influence others with their thoughts. Psychics are often seen as highly intuitive, able to sense things others cannot. They may experience strong emotional reactions to the energy around them, sensing danger before it happens, or feeling deep emotions even if they're not directly involved. Despite the control issues, their abilities are invaluable in solving the school's mysteries. Whether it's knowing the intentions of a new student or predicting an event, the psychic faction uses their power to offer insights into situations that others can't see. While psychics are often calm and collected on the surface, their deep connection with their abilities can leave them feeling isolated. Their powers, if left unchecked, can also cause mental strain, leaving them vulnerable to exhaustion or mental overload. This internal battle is a significant part of their journey as they strive to master their powers and use them for good rather than chaos. Werewolves, Furs. Werewolves, often called Furs at Nevermore, are students who have the ability to shape-shift into wolves, usually when the full moon rises. This transformation is not only physical, but also deeply emotional, marking a rite of passage for these individuals. The process of changing from human to wolf is intense, and it's a battle of control. The full moon triggers the transformation, but it's not always an easy switch. It brings out the primal instincts of the werewolf, which can be difficult to manage. Strength and loyalty are key traits of Furs. Their bond to their pack is unbreakable, and they share a deep sense of camaraderie with others of their kind. This pack mentality makes them incredibly protective of one another, and they value trust and unity above all else. However, this loyalty can sometimes come into conflict with their human side. Werewolves at Nevermore often struggle with balancing their animal instincts and their human emotions. During the full moon, they may lose themselves in their wolf forms, sometimes endangering those around them or even themselves. In addition to their strength, werewolves have heightened senses, making them exceptional trackers and hunters. But these abilities can become overwhelming, especially when trying to live a normal life. The struggle of maintaining their humanity while also embracing their wolf side is a central theme for many of the werewolves at Nevermore. The transformation itself can be both a source of empowerment and a curse they must learn to control. Sirens, Scales. The Sirens, often referred to as Scales at Nevermore, are magical beings known for their ability to charm or hypnotize others with their voices. These students often possess an almost supernatural allure, and their voices can compel people to follow their commands or fall under their spell. Their abilities are closely tied to water, with many Sirens being able to manipulate or control aquatic environments, further enhancing their enchanting powers. One of the key traits of Sirens is their persuasive nature. With just a few words, they can influence the thoughts and actions of others. This power can be incredibly useful, but it also comes with a deep sense of responsibility. Sirens are often aware of how their charm can be used to manipulate situations, and this awareness can create inner conflict. They may struggle with the ethical implications of using their abilities, especially in emotionally charged situations where they may not want to control others but feel compelled to do so. Despite their seductive powers, Sirens are not invincible. They often struggle with the intensity of their emotions, especially when their abilities react to strong feelings like anger, sadness, or love. Their powers can become unpredictable, especially when they are emotionally overwhelmed, causing them to lose control of their influence. This makes relationships with others difficult, as people may be drawn to them but never fully know if they are loved for who they are or for the power they possess. Learning to control their powers and understand the boundaries of their influence is a constant challenge for Sirens. Gorgons, Stoners. Gorgons, known as Stoners at Nevermore, are students with the terrifying ability to turn others into stone with their gaze. This power, while immense, is often uncontrollable, making it both a gift and a curse. The transformation happens involuntarily. Whenever a Gorgon's eyes meet someone else's, the person is instantly petrified. This power makes Gorgons highly dangerous, but it also makes them deeply misunderstood. They are often seen as threats, which can isolate them from their peers. The gaze of a Gorgon is so powerful that most students with this ability wear glasses or other forms of protection to prevent accidental petrification. Even with precautions, the Gorgons must live with the constant awareness that their eyes can turn someone to stone at any moment. This creates an immense emotional burden, as many Gorgons are afraid to form close relationships or engage with others for fear of causing harm. The fear of unintentionally turning someone to stone creates an overwhelming sense of guilt, even if the petrification happens without intent. Despite their dangerous power, Gorgons have a deep sense of isolation and longing for connection. They may come off as cold or aloof, but this behavior often stems from their fear of their abilities and their desire to protect others. Their journey at Nevermore often involves learning to control their gaze and understanding the responsibility that comes with such a powerful ability. Gorgons may also seek redemption, trying to find ways to use their power for good rather than as a tool of destruction. Vampires. Vampires at Nevermore are immortal creatures with heightened senses, strength, and the ability to feed on blood. Unlike traditional vampires often depicted in folklore, these individuals are more sophisticated and less aggressive. They are usually highly cultured, intelligent, and often live with a quiet, reserved nature. Their immortality allows them to accumulate wisdom over the centuries, and they often possess knowledge that others could never imagine. However, their heightened abilities come with challenges. Vampires have a constant craving for blood, a thirst that they must manage carefully to avoid losing control. This craving often makes social interactions difficult as they must navigate relationships without exposing their need for blood. While they have learned to control their impulses better than the vampire myths suggest, the temptation is always present. Their struggle to balance their dark instincts with their intellectual and emotional sides is a key part of their existence at Nevermore. While their strength and agility are unparalleled, vampires often face prejudice from other students who may view them as cold or predatory. The sense of isolation that comes with being a creature of the night can make it hard for them to connect with others, especially as they experience centuries of life while their peers age and pass away. Yet vampires are also capable of deep emotional connections, as they seek out understanding and companionship despite their hidden nature. The vampire faction's journey at Nevermore often revolves around reconciling their immortality with their desire for meaningful relationships. They must learn how to exist in a world that constantly reminds them of the divide between them and humans. DaVincis. The DaVincis at Nevermore are students who stand out for their intellect and creativity. Known for their exceptional intelligence, they are highly skilled in fields like invention, art, and strategy. The DaVincis have a natural affinity for problem solving, and they are often the ones who come up with the most innovative ideas or inventions. Whether it's creating intricate machines or devising brilliant plans, their contributions to the school are unmatched in terms of creativity and ingenuity. A DaVinci's mind is constantly working. They think critically about the world around them, always questioning, always looking for new ways to approach a problem. Their intellect allows them to master a wide range of disciplines, from the sciences to the arts, making them well-rounded individuals. They may not possess physical powers like some of the other factions, but their strategic thinking and ability to understand complex concepts make them powerful in their own right. However, the DaVincis often face a challenge in connecting with others on an emotional level. Their focus on logic and reason can sometimes come across as cold or detached, leading to misunderstandings. They may struggle with balancing their intellectual pursuits with their emotional needs, often feeling isolated from the rest of the school. Despite this, their ability to solve problems and create solutions is highly valued, and they often find themselves in leadership roles or as trusted advisors. The DaVinci faction's journey at Nevermore revolves around using their minds to contribute to the world around them, while also learning to connect with others beyond intellectual pursuits. Avians. Avians at Nevermore are students who possess bird-like abilities, which often include the power of flight and communication with birds. This faction is known for their grace, freedom, and often aloof nature. Their ability to soar through the skies gives them a unique perspective on the world, allowing them to see things from above, both literally and figuratively. They are naturally drawn to the freedom of the air, and their connection to flight represents their desire to be unbound, free from the constraints of the earth. While their powers allow them to fly with ease, avians are also deeply tied to the natural world. They often find themselves in tune with the rhythms of nature and the behavior of birds. This connection can lead to moments of profound insight, as they see patterns and connections that others may overlook. Avians also communicate with birds, which makes them excellent at gathering information or sending messages across distances. Their link to nature gives them a sense of peace and clarity that others may not understand. However, the Avian students often struggle with their inner conflict. Their affinity for the skies and their need for solitude can create feelings of isolation, as they are frequently torn between their desire to stay grounded in human relationships and their natural inclination to fly away from them. This struggle for balance can cause them to come across as distant or detached. Their journey at Nevermore is one of reconciling their deep connection to the natural world with their desire for human connection, learning to live both grounded and free. Faceless. The Faceless faction at Nevermore is the most enigmatic and mysterious group. These students are individuals who do not have visible faces, making them instantly unsettling to others. Their lack of a traditional human face gives them an air of anonymity, and it is often unclear whether their faces are hidden or simply absent. They may have the ability to change their appearance or conceal their identity at will, adding to their already mysterious aura. Faceless students often live in the shadows, blending into the background to avoid unwanted attention. Their abilities to hide their identity make them excellent at stealth or disguise, allowing them to move through the school unnoticed when they choose. This skill for secrecy and concealment often makes them valuable assets in situations that require keeping secrets or gathering sensitive information. They are the ultimate observers, knowing everything but remaining unseen. However, the lack of a face comes with deep emotional and psychological challenges. Faceless students are often rejected by society, as their lack of a visible identity makes it difficult for others to connect with them on a personal level. They may feel isolated, misunderstood, and even invisible in a world that values appearance and identity. Despite these struggles, many faceless students find strength in their uniqueness, using their abilities to maintain a sense of control over their lives while navigating a world that is uncomfortable with their difference. The journey of the faceless at Nevermore is one of self-acceptance. They must learn to embrace their hidden nature, using it not as a weakness but as a tool for survival and power. Their path is about mastering the art of invisibility and finding ways to be seen, even without a face.